This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. July the 11th, and yesterday got dramatic out there with the weather. It got dark about 4 or 5 p.m. and poured rain. Exactly.
So much so there was some ponding of flooding going on here and there.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty crazy out there.
Yeah, was that a surprise, Josh? I know you called for some rain, but that seemed like a lot of rain yesterday.
Yeah, we called for showers and storms in the afternoon, but some of those storms actually became severe, producing walnut-sized hail, a lot of lightning, gusty winds, and as Jacqueline just said, a lot of heavy rain with some flooding issues. Looks like we'll get another round of showers and storms. Can't exactly tell if they're going to be severe or not, but either way, when you hear the sound of thunder, you got to go inside because that means lightning is close by. Our current temperature right now is 74 degrees. No rain right now. It's all clear, so fair skies. That batch of rain that we had yesterday has moved out into the Gulf of Mexico, and there's your highs today. Another warm one, upper 80s, lower 90s. Increasing clouds later today with showers and storms. We'll have more on this when I return in the main weathercast. Back to you.
All right, the date. See you then. 301 southbound, quite busy as you cross over State Road 70. You want to avoid that and perhaps take 41 south. Let's check farther south now into Sarasota County. The only blip we see there as far as the red goes is at the 41-301 split. So a little construction work going on there. I drove past that on the way to work today. And then farther south, 41 northbound at Business 41, a congestion spot there. Otherwise, all clear at 6:02 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, developing overnight, 16 people are dead in a military plane crash out of Mississippi.
The U.S. Marine Corps, their Twitter account reported that one of its KC-130s was involved in this crash. Officials say all 16 Marines on board were killed. Local reports say the aircraft took off from Memphis after refueling from the Cherry Point Air Force Base in North Carolina. Mississippi's governor is asking for prayer for those involved in the crash. We'll have more on this during Good Morning America.
New details developing out of Washington about a meeting between the president's son and a Russian lawyer linked to the Kremlin just before the 2016 election.
The New York Times is now reporting that Donald Trump Jr. was told in an email the attorney offering information on Hillary Clinton was part of an effort by the Russian government to help get his father elected. Janae Norman has the latest.
The White House is again on the defensive. Following a New York Times report, Donald Trump Jr. was informed in an email that damaging information about Hillary Clinton was part of a Russian government effort to help his father's campaign.
It's a very serious development. Everyone who was in that meeting ought to come before our committee. These emails that are described, we need to see.
That meeting wasn't just with Trump Jr., but also then Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort and Trump's son-in-law and current advisor Jared Kushner. And it took place at Trump Tower with a Russian lawyer linked to the Kremlin. And according to Trump Jr., an individual who I was told might have information helpful to the campaign.
This is the first time that the public has seen clear evidence of senior-level members of the Trump campaign meeting with Russians to try to obtain information that might hurt the campaign of Hillary Clinton.
In the past, the president's son denied having any contact with Russians about the campaign.
It's without a question, reads and smells like a witch hunt.
But now says of last summer's meeting with the Russian attorney, it quickly became clear she had no meaningful information and that meeting ended. President Trump has also insisted there were no contacts between his campaign and Russians. The White House Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders says the president only recently learned of the meeting.
No one within the Trump campaign colluded in order to influence the election.
Donald Trump Jr.'s lawyer released a statement saying this is much ado about nothing, adding the bottom line is that, quote, Don Jr. did nothing wrong. When asked about this latest development, the White House had no comment. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
This news coming as the clock continues to tick once again on Republican efforts to repeal and replace Obamacare. Senate Republicans are back on Capitol Hill this week, where at least 10 moderate and conservative Republican senators are not supporting a new repeal bill, effectively killing its passage. But some senators say there's still hope to honor a Republican election promise to get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
I believe Republicans can come together to honor that promise, and I think the way to do it is to focus on lowering premiums.
President Trump is positive that Congress will get this new bill passed, tweeting, quote, "I cannot imagine that Congress would dare to leave Washington without a beautiful new health care bill fully approved and ready to go." Republicans have just 15 work days to pass the bill before their upcoming August break. Meanwhile, in London, the British High Court has adjourned until Thursday as it reconsiders a case that asks the most challenging questions of what's right or what's wrong. It's all centered around an 11-month-old baby named Charlie Gard. He was born with a rare disease called mitochondrial DNA depletion syndrome. It's caused by a genetic mutation and leads to weak muscles and eventually organ dysfunction. The child has been in intensive care in London since October, and his parents want to bring him to the U.S. for an experimental treatment. However, the court is siding with the hospital, trying to take him off life support. Switching gears a bit, Amazon Prime Day is underway. It's in its third year for the company's annual event. Amazon says it'll offer new deals every 5 minutes for 30 hours. It all started at 9 p.m. last night. Discounts will reportedly be available on hundreds of thousands of items, but here's the catch. Buyers will have to have Amazon's Prime membership, which does cost about $100 a year. Prime Days have given Amazon massive sales bumps in the past.
6:06 now. Here in Florida, a sweeping education bill is now law, and it's causing some controversy. The law calls for things like mandatory recess and additional teacher bonuses, but the provision that drew the most opposition is the plan for districts to share millions of tax dollars with private charter schools. In fact, under the new Florida law, charter schools will receive more than $96 million this year alone. Now, the Broward County School Board is now suing the state, calling it unconstitutional. We talked to two local school board members, one from Sarasota, one from Manatee. The first one against, the second one in favor of the new spending plan.
They're not giving us enough money for us to be able to keep up with the rising costs. They're not, and they're just not thinking about it.
I think the charter schools are a good thing. I don't think that zip code should determine a child's education.
Local educators fear the new plan will mean less money for public schools long-term across the Suncoast, but others say it's the right choice to help students who want to avoid traditional public schools.
FPL is in the midst of a massive capital improvement project that'll strengthen its electrical grid. FPL is working to upgrade 39 main power lines in our area, as well as inspect and replace old wooden poles that no longer meet the standards. The company's spokesperson stresses the construction being done is necessary, especially to prepare for upcoming storms.
This is an inconvenience at the moment, but this is going to help and make the system more stronger and more storm resilient. So in the future, when there is any kind of issues, we're able to get the power on faster than before.
Again, they say those transitions are necessary to make sure our area has power during any strong upcoming storms. And yesterday's storm definitely had some Floridians shaken up. One woman was heading into work and was visibly frightened after a lightning bolt struck just a few hundred yards away from her. A fire official said even indirect lightning strikes can cause injuries. They can disrupt your heart rhythm and cardiovascular functioning. The woman does say she felt that shock, describing it as a burning sensation. She was briefly hospitalized, released, and is now feeling better this morning.
Back in this area on the island of Venice, the concern there is coyotes. Look at these pictures taken by Daniel Cole. It shows what appears to be a coyote walking around the neighborhood. In the past, coyotes have attacked small dogs and also chased residents. Venice police and also Florida Fish and Wildlife have been working to find the coyote dens. However, FWC believes removing the coyotes is not a viable option. The fear is if the current coyotes are removed, more could move in and take their place. In the meantime, residents are urged to keep a good distance from the animals.
Well, they aren't coyotes, but they are black bears. South of the Suncoast, a family is still pretty shaken up after a group of the bears started showing up outside their house.
As reporter Megan Bragg tells us, a couple in Naples came face to face with bears.
Video captures bears walking right up to homes in a North Naples neighborhood.
I've never been more scared in my life. I was mostly scared for my dog.
Scared and now nervous after Melissa Wyczocki came face to face with one of those black bears while walking her dog Charlie down their driveway.
I looked up and there was just a bear, a large bear, staring right at us.
Melissa says the bear growled at the yellow lab and started walking towards them.
We started walking backwards and I just kept screaming.
Melissa got to the front door and ran inside, but the next day her husband Nick also had an encounter with a bear and 3 cubs.
I just happened to glance to my left and the bear was standing at the edge of my driveway about 30 feet from me.
The couple says there have been more black bear spottings recently. The concerning part is the bears have become more comfortable.
Actually terrified to be outside with my kids right now.
It was concerning that they were just very matter-of-factly around us and around our house and around our neighborhood.
Now the couple is asking neighbors to keep trash inside just before pickup to hopefully drive these furry visitors away.
If the food's not there, hopefully they move on.
6:11 right now, from bears to rain, and we had plenty of it yesterday on the Suncoast.
Yes, we had so much rain. I was driving on the highway, and it was just overwhelmingly, everyone had to be very slow driving because it was so bad.
Yeah, when you have a lot of rain that happens, at the same time, and you can there can be all sorts of issues. The visibility.
Oh yeah.
Is limited. You have ponding on the roadways that can make it very unsafe to drive.
Yeah, definitely noticed that.
Another round of storms could happen later today, and we'll talk about it.
Well, with that rain comes more mosquitoes. Mosquito control workers working around the clock in our area.
We'll tell you what they're doing this year to try and lower the local amount of mosquitoes after this.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
All right, wake up, everyone. It is Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Jones for John Scalzi. He has the day off, and we're walking out to temperatures like this: 74 in Sarasota, 75 in Venice, 76 in Inglewood, so mid-70s around the Suncoast. So what can we expect today? Much like yesterday, afternoon showers and storms. Some could be heavy, and then actually more rain moves in later on this week. And then what about the tropics? Now they're quiet when yesterday they were active? Well, we'll talk about it in just a second. Well, no activity on the radar right now here over the peninsula. Everything is very quiet for the Suncoast, but remember all the rain yesterday that has now pushed off in the Gulf of Mexico, basically falling apart, but some areas yesterday 2-3 inches of rainfall, all coming down at the same time, and also reports of walnut-sized hail, some gusty winds, and some cloud-to-ground lightning. And looks like same type of situation could happen later today. Hopefully not as intense, because some of those storms yesterday afternoon actually became severe at times. But right now everything is quiet other than those showers and some isolated storms out here in the Gulf of Mexico. But later on this afternoon, the Futurecast does depict a few of those storms start to get going again, and the easterly wind is a dominant feature here, so that means everything tracks from the east to the west, so we'll have more coastal rain this afternoon. I think some dry air will come in here for tomorrow, limit a little bit of shower activity, but still we'll get another round of showers that will get going for tomorrow. And then the rain chance will be on the increase as we get into Thursday and Friday later this week. You know, there's actually a tropical storm out here, but it's in the Pacific Ocean. This is Eugene. Yesterday was a Category 2 hurricane, but now it's a tropical storm, so it's weakened. It's going to move out here in the open waters of the Pacific and not affect anyone other than a few whales and maybe some fishermen. As far as our area, we're watching some clouds over here off the southeastern coast of Florida. This is the remnants of what was once Tropical Depression number 4, and this is the guy that's going to sweep on by later this week and help increase the rain chance. It's not organized, not going to get any stronger than it is now. It's just the remnants of a tropical depression, but it is going to help bring us some more rainfall. But speaking of tropical disturbances, yesterday we got a little excited. We're like, wow, we could actually have a major storm on our hands by next week because of this system over here in the eastern Atlantic. But guess what, folks? Looks like some Sahara dust has blown in, disrupted the flow of this. It's basically fallen apart. National Hurricane Center has said, you're out of here. No tropical disturbance. So whew, we can breathe a sigh of relief. Doesn't look like that's going to be coming our way by next week, which is good news. High tide at 1:49 p.m. Early this afternoon. For the boating forecast, seas at 1 to 2 feet with a light chop. Today's high, 91. Again, increasing clouds, afternoon showers and storms later today, but the rain chance does increase from the remnants of that tropical depression coming our way by later this week and into the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Taking a look at traffic this morning in Manatee County, looks like there are some slowdowns as you get off I-75 heading towards 301 on State Road 70. Also 301 heading southbound into Sarasota County, seeing some congestion. I-75 looking clear though. In Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41, also on Bee Ridge Road. There is also a crash at Lockwood Ridge and University Parkway. However, no roadblock is being reported, but you can expect a few slight delays in the northbound lanes throughout that area. In South County, no slowdowns throughout that area, looking pretty quiet across the Suncoast at 6:19 on your Tuesday morning. Well, recent storms and rainfall on the Suncoast have mosquito control workers working around the clock.
It certainly bugs me.
Yeah.
So,
that was a good one.
Call it the perfect storm. Our Dwayne Lindo has a closer look.
For Noel Casillas, doing work outdoors has been extremely difficult as of late.
Mosquitoes constantly biting your legs, your arms, your neck. And I could definitely feel it more this year than last year, definitely.
And he's not alone. Many residents in local neighborhoods have noticed a spike. Sarasota Mosquito Control Director Matt Smith says there's been a population increase countywide.
So we pretty much had everything that you didn't want to have happen in mosquito control happen in June.
And while the numbers are just now starting to decline, June has been a nightmare month for Smith and his crew. The county is in the clear of disease-carrying mosquitoes, but there is one species in particular posing a problem.
The good thing about them is they're not very keen to bite humans. They're not aggressive at all, but they really love to fly around you and they like to hang out at your door. But we've seen just massive increases in the populations of Culex nigra-palpus.
An increase that can be a nuisance for many.
We are spraying a little more this year, but that's to be expected when you have a larger population spike.
With only a small group of technicians covering more ground, Smith anticipates adding staff in the future.
So as the population grows, naturally we're going to see more service requests regardless of the conditions because there's just more people to call.
Encouraging those who have extremely high populations around their area to contact mosquito control immediately.
And we need to know where mosquito problems are because we have a network of traps all over the county, but they're like anything, there can be gaps in coverage. Our trap might indicate a low population, someone else might be experiencing a locally heavy, so we need to know that.
Something Casillas says he will take advantage of.
Right now it's pretty bad, but if it gets any worse, I'll definitely have to give him a call.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, 621 still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. 4 men vanished without a trace near Philadelphia.
We'll tell you why the FBI is now getting involved and why a recent arrest they've made in connection to this case could lead to a suspect. After this.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi. I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Tuesday morning on the Suncoast, looking promising right now, but chances are we'll see some showers. It is July, after all, in Florida.
Beautiful pastel colors, though, as you're waking up this morning. As Ray mentioned, though, bring the umbrella just in case. You never know when you're heading out the door around Florida in July.
Yesterday was amazing how hard it rained in the afternoon. Right?
Exactly. Welcome back. It is 6:25 on your Tuesday morning. The FBI has joined the search for 4 men who recently disappeared near Philadelphia.
There has been an arrest linked to the search, but as ABC's Eva Pilgrim tells us, police fear the worst.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the FBI now joining the search outside Philadelphia for 4 men missing since last week. Officials suspecting foul play. 19-year-old Jimmy Patrick was last seen Wednesday. 21-year-old Tom Mio, Mark Sturgis, 22, and 19-year-old Dean Finocchiaro were all last seen on Friday. Finocchiaro has been arrested multiple times on charges that include drug possession, driving under the influence, and assault. Investigators fear their disappearances are connected. Authorities now zeroing in on this land, searching more than 80 acres on the ground and with a helicopter by air. Police taking a man whose family owns that land, 20-year-old Cosmo DiNardo, into custody on an unrelated gun charge. His bond set at $1 million. And coming up at 7 a.m., Nancy Grace weighs in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Introducing new Parodontax, the toothpaste that helps prevent bleeding gums. If you spit blood when you brush or floss, you may have gum problems and could be on the journey to much worse. Help stop the journey of gum disease. Try new Parodontax toothpaste.
Choose simplicity over excess, comfort over appearance, and intuition over principles. Desire to look like nobody else. Be an allure, a way of living, a style. Gabrielle. Dare, invent, create, and just as young Gabrielle did, let passion inspire you. Choose audacity, desire beauty, be what will happen next. In the image of Gabrielle, the relentless, invincible, and eternal rebel.
It's like nothing you've seen. The power of Nexium 24-hour protection from frequent heartburn, all day and all night. Now packed into a pill so small, we call it Mini. New clear minis from Nexium 24-hour. See heartburn differently.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-747-0618. 800-747-0618.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Pack the family up in style in the all-new Chrysler Pacifica. With over 100 standard and available safety features, it's the ultimate family vehicle. Get yours today for just $24,999 or get America's best value. A new Dodge Journey for as little as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the search continues this morning in Manatee County for the person responsible for hitting a bicyclist. Details on the car the police are looking for.
Plus, the latest on what caused a construction worker to be stuck high in the air on Sarasota's bayfront. It's the second incident in the past few weeks in that area.
And Sarasota Memorial Hospital being recognized for its tech-savvy practices. We'll tell you how they're using technology to better your health care. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Pretty pastel sunrise in progress here on the Suncoast. Glad you're with us. Hope that kind of sunshine continues today and we don't see a lot of rain like yesterday, but all heck broke loose about 4 p.m. yesterday.
That certainly did happen. Very
yes.
true.
All right, welcome back. 6:31 now. I'm Ray Collins.
Yes, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Good morning. Hope you'll grab a cup of coffee with us. Let's check in with meteorologist Josh Stone, who's in for John Scalzi. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Yeah, we had some intense storms that took place yesterday afternoon, and another round of storms could fire up later on this afternoon as well. So let's check out our current temperature right now, 74 degrees. No storms now. It's fair skies as we're having a beautiful sunrise right now. Most of that shower activity is now pushed off into the Gulf of Mexico. The radar is quiet, and our highs today topping out, much like yesterday, upper 80s, lower 90s, increasing clouds today, and those showers and storms will get going later on this afternoon. We'll talk more about that and the tropics coming up in just a few minutes from now, but back to you guys.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. A little build up there on State Road 64 as you head away from the interstate westbound. Also, you'll see 301 northbound, some problems as you head into downtown Bradenton. Farther south on the maps now, a couple of buildups there. Let's go to Clark Road, where you see on the eastbound lanes, a couple issues at 41 and also farther east near Palmer Ranch and Honore. And then farther south, we'll check that map and see nothing much to report at 6:32 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news, the search continues this morning for the hit-and-run driver who sent a bicyclist to the hospital.
Yeah, the crash happened over the weekend on Whitfield Avenue near 15th Street East in Manatee County. Our Rick Adams has the latest on the search.
A bike ride to work for Tristan Todd Saturday night was anything but normal. The Florida Highway Patrol says a car struck Todd on Whitfield Avenue near the 7-Eleven on 15th Street East where he worked and sped off. William Lamb lives near where this hit and run happened. He tells us his thoughts are with the 20-year-old victim and his family.
I'm sorry about him getting hit, but I met him in the store before.
Todd suffered multiple skull fractures, a broken rib, a bruised lung, other fractures, and a broken leg. He remains in serious condition at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. The vehicle is described as an older white or silver Ford Taurus with damage to its windshield. It was last seen cutting across the 7-Eleven parking lot and driving on 15th Street East.
They need to do something with these roads around here because I almost get run over every morning when I walk down there.
No one from the 7-Eleven where Todd works would comment, and none of Todd's family members could be reached for a comment. Reporting from Manatee County, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
For the second time in less than a month, the emergency workers rescued a construction worker from a high-rise project on Sarasota's bayfront. The worker was trapped 10 stories up at the Echelon project on South Palm Avenue. The 49-year-old became trapped when the motor on the scaffolding malfunctioned, sending one side up until the platform was vertical. Firefighters lowered the workers safely to the ground. The fire chief says they'll check out that project today and see what happened.
We do have people on site that are going to take a look at those motors to see if there's things that can be done to prevent this in the future. That is an industry issue, and we're here to take care of the issues as they arrive, and we did so today.
The other incident happened a few weekends ago at the View project just 2 blocks north of there. New details on the man who was killed in a house fire in Venice over the weekend. Sarasota County Sheriff deputies say the victim's name was Jeffrey Guffey. The fire broke out at his house early Saturday morning on Carmine Road. Neighbors say they heard him inside the house banging and screaming for help. One neighbor tried to crawl inside the house, but he couldn't reach the man in time. 2 sheriff deputies were treated and released for smoke inhalation. The state fire marshal's office says an electrical malfunction is a possible cause of the fire, but they are still investigating.
New traffic numbers show deadly crashes in our area are down for the first half of the year compared to 2016. According to data from Florida's Integrated Report Exchange System, there were 1,365 crashes from January through June in Sarasota County. 16 people have died in those crashes. Now, that is down from the same period last year when 39 people died. The Florida Highway Patrol is currently conducting a campaign for safe summer travel, asking drivers to slow down and avoid distracted driving. And the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles says tire-related crashes are a major and preventable problem on roads across the Sunshine State. According to the agency, there were more than 4,300 tire-related car crashes in Florida last year, which resulted in 57 deaths and nearly 1,500 injuries. Some of the most frequent issues are driving on underinflated tires, having inadequate tread depth, overloading a vehicle, and riding around on tires that are too old. Florida's summer heat and the frequent rainstorms here only worsen that impact. Troopers say no matter how good a shape the rest of your car is in, the tires are its first safety feature.
We want to make sure that they're in good condition, that they're not dry rotted, and then again properly inflated. That way, while the vehicle's traveling, the tires start to heat up. They will be able to accommodate that vehicle's load.
FHP says many drivers also have an inadequate spare tire for their car or none at all, which does make that problem even worse when an issue arises.
It is 6:36 now. Reports of shots fired in Sarasota led to a drug bust for police. Officers from the area of 29th Street and Goodrich Avenue in Newtown Saturday night. While they were there, they saw a car driven by this woman, 26-year-old Summer Lemieux, going in reverse. Now, they stopped the car and searched it, and here's what they found. Marijuana, cocaine, prescription pills, drug paraphernalia. Lemieux now faces several charges. And the Manatee County Sheriff's Office say it took an alleged heroin dealer off the streets. Look at this mugshot. Deputies arrested Joshua Smith yesterday in Bradenton. They tracked him down to a local motel and say he was in possession of large amounts of methamphetamine and fentanyl. The sheriff's office previously issued arrest warrants for him for probation violation from previous heroin sales. He is now facing charges of possession as well as trafficking. And happening today, Governor Scott will be in Sarasota to sign a House bill into law. It's designed to help fight opioid abuse by creating new penalties and enhancing existing penalties related to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. He'll be at the Sarasota County Emergency Operations Center at 1 p.m. on Porter Way out by Kettleman, where he'll briefly speak before he signs the legislation.
A Suncoast man faces charges of animal cruelty after deputies say he failed to care for animals living on his property. Ramon Gonzalez is charged with a felony and misdemeanor for animal cruelty. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say the agricultural unit was first made aware of several underweight animals on Gonzalez's Sarasota property. Deputies found 4 cows, 2 horses, a miniature horse, and a donkey on the property without grass, leaves, or vegetation. And Florida may soon take action due to the decline of a crucial Gulf species. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is backing a drafted national proposal that would reduce the number of cobia that can be caught per day, which would include Suncoast waters. The measure would also increase a minimum size limit. It'll return before the commission in September. FWC hopes to make these changes after panhandle anglers reported a decline in cobia stock since the 2013 federal assessment of that fish.
A new survey shows that Sarasota Memorial Hospital is one of the most wired hospitals in the entire country. Results from the 19th annual Healthcare Most Wired Survey spotlights SMH as one of the most 500 tech-savvy hospitals. They're all using technology like smart devices, telehealth remote monitoring, and encouraging patients to be more actively involved in their health care. SMH also offers real-time updates using technology to families during surgeries. Wonderful. And a local surgery center wants to help patients with cataracts. The Center for Sight on Tamiami Trail is set to perform up to 100 free cataract surgeries starting tomorrow morning. 4 of the nation's top cataract surgeons will conduct the operations. These surgeries will take place for 1 week, starting tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can see it clearly now. And there's our address in case you want to send us a nice note, facebook.com, ABC7. Also, we've got our individual Facebook pages now. You can write to any of us, Ray Collins at ABC7, Jack LeMaitre, ABC7, also John Scalzi, ABC7, all within Facebook. We'd love to hear from you, and we promise to respond.
All right, and you can share your pictures, whatever you want on those pages and be featured on Good Morning Suncoast. Also,
right.
you know, if you want to keep up with top headlines on there as well, we're constantly updating all of our stories on there.
That's true. It's all about social media these days, Josh.
And especially the weather. I know Bob Herrick is working very hard updating the Facebook and our mysuncoast.com with all the weather reports coming in yesterday. Looks like we could have another round of storms that develop later on today. We'll talk about it.
Also still ahead, a sports icon being recognized at the ESPY Awards this week.
We'll tell you who it is and what award they're set to receive after this.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Look, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203. 800-759-0203.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Wow, look at that. We have a beautiful sunrise on this Tuesday morning looking directly east, and you can actually see the sun slowly coming up from the horizon there. Really cool shot. So let's enjoy this Tuesday. Fresh start to the day. Walk out to temperatures looking like this. Actually, you can't really look at the temperature, but you can sure feel them. 74 degrees in Sarasota, 75 in Venice, 74 in Northport. And temperatures will start to climb into the upper 80s and lower 90s later on this afternoon. Dew points in the 70s here, so it's quite sticky. It's going to be another warm and humid day in our forecast today. All right, radar is quiet here along the Suncoast. Most of the activity right now is in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the batch of showers that developed late yesterday afternoon that has now pushed off into the Gulf of Mexico, basically fizzling out. A few lightning strikes out here, but our radar is quiet at this time. However, another round of storms could get going later on this afternoon. We have more of an easterly wind component that connects with the sea breeze here, and we have a sea breeze convergence that basically takes place along I-75 or even west of that, and that is why we could have more coastal storms later on today. Yesterday, man, we had some of these storms that became severe, producing walnut-sized hail, gusty winds, a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, and very heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches of rain coming down per hour. So again, it could happen later today, but we'll just have to wait and see how this pans out. But again, it does look like later on this afternoon, showers get going. Some dry air comes in here for tomorrow, at least for a limited amount of time, and then we pick up the shower activity again tomorrow night. And more rain is on the way thanks to the remnants of what was once Tropical Depression number 4. It's right over here, and it's going to slowly track in from the southeast into Florida to help increase the rain chance later this week. As far as airport delays go, nothing doing. Atlanta, LaGuardia, Chicago, Charlotte, it's all quiet for the most part. This is the remnants of that tropical depression I was telling you about, Tropical Depression number 4, and that's going to come our way and help increase that rain chance later on this week. As far as the rest of the tropics, all quiet. We were concerned about a system yesterday, but that has basically fizzled out thanks to some Sahara dust that got in there to disrupt the flow, and I think that's going to come our way anytime soon. We're thinking maybe it would come our way next week, but fortunately, it looks like that is dissipated. High tide today at 1:48 p.m. The sun rise at 6:43 right now, basically, and then sunset tonight at 8:28. Boating forecast, southeasterly winds become westerly this afternoon at 5 to 10 knots. Sea is 1 to 2 feet with a light chop in the bays. Temperature at the beach today, 90, so it's going to be another warm one, but watch out for those increasing clouds later on this afternoon. High today will be around 91. Our average is 90 at this time of the year, so right where we should be. But those showers and storms, again, producing some lightning strikes. You don't want to mess around with that. When thunder roars, you go indoors. All right, there we go. The rain chance increases as we go through the rest of the work week and into the weekend, so have a plan B. If you have any activities planned outside, you may want to reconsider and put them inside. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Josh. Love that saying, when thunder roars, go indoors. Taking a look at traffic this morning, as you head throughout Manatee County, looks like State Road 70 and 301 seeing an increase in traffic as it normally does as our morning commute continues. In Sarasota County, just your normal slowdowns on Bee Ridge, Clark Road, and Fruitville Road. I-75 looking good as we head into South County. Some slowdowns on 41 heading north and southbound, but other than that, no accidents across the Suncoast at 6:47. On your Tuesday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, a new study shows high-fat diets are responsible for 80% of colorectal cancers, and that includes healthy fats.
Yeah, research published in the journal called Cell found fatty diets stimulate tumor growth by activating a molecular pathway that feeds abnormal cells. It means it's not good. In a study on mice, the scientists consistently found a rapid growth of aggressive cancerous cells in the mice that were fed a high-fat diet.
And the FDA is approving the first drug in nearly 2 decades for sickle cell. It's an inherited disease in which abnormally shaped red blood cells can't properly carry oxygen throughout the body. In a study, the new drug Endari cuts the number of pain crises and dangerous chest complications. It also reduced hospitalizations and the need for transfusions. That drug is approved for adults and children 5 years and older. In entertainment news this morning, LA Dodgers commentator Vin Scully will receive the Icon Award at this year's ESPYs.
And rightfully so, the 89-year-old called Dodgers games for 67 years. He retired last fall. Great delivery. Past recipients of the Icon Award include Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, and Abby Wambach. The ESPYs take place tomorrow night in Los Angeles.
And rapper Jay-Z is announcing a new tour for his latest album, 444. The tour will kick off in Anaheim and continue to other venues in Brooklyn, Nashville, Dallas, and Atlanta. Jay-Z is also scheduled to perform at various music festivals, including Austin City Limits and his own Made in America festival. His new album is out now on Tidal and other streaming services.
And HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm returns for its 9th season soon. Larry David's hit sitcom first premiered back in 2000. HBO announced it'll bring back the show in June of last year. Since the success of the show, David has written a Broadway play and made regular guest appearances on SNL impersonating Senator Bernie Sanders. The season is set to premiere on October 1st, and If you like Seinfeld, this is Seinfeld on steroids.
Yes.
It's the guy that wrote Seinfeld for the most part. Have you ever seen the show?
I have not. I have not.
Oh, I love it. One of my favorites.
I'll have to definitely take a look at it.
Oh, yeah. 6:50 right now, still ahead. We'll update the day's top local headlines. And who says there's no free chicken?
We'll tell you what you can do to get some free chicken today. Stay with us. That story coming up.
Many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Welcome back, 6:53. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
16 Marines were killed last night when their military C-130 crashed in Mississippi. The aircraft had taken off from Memphis after refueling. No one on the ground was injured.
For the second time in less than a month, emergency workers rescued a construction worker from a high-rise construction project in downtown Sarasota. The scaffolding malfunctioned, sending one side up until the platform was vertical. Firefighters lowered the worker safely to the ground.
And Governor Scott will be in Sarasota today to sign legislation that cracks down on drug abuse. He'll be at the Emergency Operations Center near Cattleman Road at 1 p.m.
Well, taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning, State Road 70 heading towards 301, also 301 heading north and southbound, seeing your biggest congestions in Manatee County. I-75 looking good if you're heading throughout that area into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road as you head towards the interstate. Other than that, looking pretty good as you head south into South County. Pretty quiet throughout that area, not a whole lot at 6:55 across the Suncoast. Josh.
All right, Jacqueline. Yeah, we could get another round of showers and storms later on this afternoon. afternoon, but the rain chance does increase by the end of the work week thanks to a tropical, or at least remnants of a tropical depression coming our way.
Well, this could be fun. You can get free food at Chick-fil-A if you dress up like a cow. True. The fast food chain is marking its 13th annual Cow Appreciation Day, so adults who show up in any type of cow attire will get a free entree, and kids who dress up will get free kids' meals. Chick-fil-A calls it Cow Appreciation Day, its largest single-day customer appreciation event. The giveaway will last until 7 o'clock tonight. You going to do it?
I don't know if I will, but if anybody does, please send us some pictures because I would love to see some of these cow costumes.
Well, I got an idea. Let's go by just holding 2 gallons of milk.
Okay, and we'll put some little spots on you guys.
Yeah.
That works.
I wonder how quickly people will move in there.
Oh, that was a good one.
I knew you'd say that.
That was a good one. Well, it's also free Slurpee Day at 7-Eleven if you need something to wash it down with. So there you go.
Great news you can use here. This is
There you go. Utterly impressive.
Oh, you're on a roll. John's back on Thursday, by the way. 6:56 right now.
man.
Enjoy your Tuesday.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.